Oche Odi. Ifa says, paying on time frees one from debts. After 3 rainfalls, success. God loves everything but never overdone. Never take back an enemy that you beat once before. Oche Odi is an Odu of dissatisfaction and discontentment. Orunmila says that everyone should do self-analysis and be open about why they are dissatisfied or displeased. Is it because of income, love, material possessions, or wanting more children? Is it because the person has lacked many things growing up and is still lacking? Could it be they were spoiled when young, and now that they are on their own, it's become difficult because mommy, daddy, or guardian are no longer around to maintain them? Hence, God loves everything, but never overdone. This implies knowing when to hold back and never overdoing things. In this way, we lessen the displeasure when things don't go our way. In other words, not to be needy. Oche Odi is an Odu of frustrations caused by struggling through a rough time. Sometimes, we believe that we know what is best for us, only to fail and finally give in to allowing the Orisha to support us in what we need. It's when we realize that we are against the wall and have exhausted all other means of resolving things ourselves. Now, we must give ancestors and Orisha a chance to help us through Ifa. This is an Odu of catching a break or obtaining a breakthrough. This will occur through doing the ritual work prescribed by the Babalawo and obeying the Ifa counseling. Oche Odi says, after 3 rainfalls, success. There is a literal aspect to this metaphor. After doing the necessary ibos, watch for 3 rainfalls because, after the 3rd one, the break that one has been waiting for will arrive. Then, there are 3 chances to become 3 tries. The first 2 tries seem to be excellent acquisitions, yet Orunmila says the 3rd less appealing option will be the best. Ifa says that through doing ibos, the ancestors and Orisha begin to maneuver energies in our environment, and we cannot become overzealous and choose blindly based on gut feeling. Good things don't happen immediately. There is a natural progression of events that must transpire over some time for the best possible outcome. All this occurs through counseling and rituals, which are the keys to working Ifa. He who sacrifices can see the benefits later, he who does not will not. We continually do ibos to satisfy all energies, forces, and divinities throughout our lifetime. We satisfy negative energies and dark forces to expunge them, and they leave us alone for an interim period. We satisfy positive energies and forces for obtaining, securing, and maintaining blessings and well-being. Oche Odi is an Odu that marks people fighting over money, possessions, position, and power. Orunmila says when you see this going on, stay out of it and allow those fighting to knock each other off. This way, you will reap the benefits of what's left over because you will be the last person standing. This is an Odu of learning, humility, and contentment, never mind selfishness and egotism, which are destructive forces. Oche Odi is an Odu where Orunmila advises couples, mates, partnerships, or marriages to never overspend money unnecessarily, i.e., waste makes haste. When finances in a home or business run out of control, it leads not only to economic hardship, but blaming, quarrels, separations, and eventually bankruptcy. Besides, what's wrong with patiently one day at a time saving for a rainy day, a vacation, or new furniture? All things don't have to be obtained all at once. Ifa says it's better to pay on time and be liberated from the accumulation of debt than to be indebted and suffer. Having little debt and handling economic responsibilities without hassles is a sign of well-being. It's a blessing. This is an Odu of having problematic children. It's where Ozain had 201 kids or plants, 101 were good, and 100 were terrible. It's where having children is like the luck of the draw, we never know who will become the bad one in the litter. Also, Ifa says the womb has no conscience, it can birth the best of us, like the worst of us. Orunmila teaches us to accept our children the way they are. Yet, never be in denial as to the type of person they can turn out to be. Those who are good will always be good, and those who are evil will always be. If a bad one turns out good in the long run, they will be the best of all. This Odu prescribes never leaving your children behind spiritually and religiously when involved in this practice. Many parents leave the choice of continuing this practice to the children as a way of not imposing on them and respecting their wishes. Yet, when problems arise, who does one turn to save them? Definitely, Ifa and Orisha. Ifa says they don't necessarily need to be initiated, but at least receive their hand of Ifa to know their destiny, followed by ritual ibos, overdoes, and heads serving to support their karma, of course. Parents who start their kids in Orisha from a young age can open their child's spirituality sooner, and they automatically feel the energy and adhere to its advice and ritual work. It becomes a part of them as they grow up, and they become less defiant and more obedient. They begin to witness things independently, and parents don't need to convince them. They will even be surprised when they request ritual work because they've noticed how bad they are, by how good they've felt before. Ultimately, it's to ensure they find their purpose and go in the right direction. Oche Odi is where we learn the religious term, child of two waters. Many religious houses have their interpretations of this term. For the sake of simplicity, it points to Oshun and Yemija loving the same child and wishing to support them at the same time. Hence, when working with Yemija on a situation, do so with Oshun and vice versa. This Odu speaks of having an internal anguish, pain, guilt, or struggle that has been difficult to let go of. Ifa says to obtain the necessary rituals to aid in releasing this so that it does not become an illness followed by a disease in the long run. It also says not to allow people that you've let go to return into your life. If they harmed you once, they will do it again. This Odu prescribes frequent spiritual and ritual cleansing to your home to evade stagnation and secure blessings entering your home. This is an Odu for doing Igbos for coming out of a drought.
Ifa Says is on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and the audio is on Baba Sixto Ideological Interpretations on Patreon.